school children got the shock of a lifetime. As they're walking home from the school bus, they look down from an overpass, a little bridge, and they see a tiny foot and hand protruding from Cold Creek water. This baby girl, 2-year-old Tiara, thrown from an overpass to her death. She drowned in that Cold Creek water, still strapped in a car seat. Somebody's going to jail. But that's just going to be a pit stop on their way straight to hell. Right now, I want to go out to Charles Webster, Asbury Park Press. Charles, tell me how the baby Tiara was discovered.
A couple of teenagers had gotten off a school bus and were walking home when this one 15-year-old just happens to look over the edge of this overpass, looks down to the stream, and there's this baby face down in the water. Well, he doesn't even know it's a baby at that point. He just sees something and wants to know what it is, and it's a baby.
Joe Gomez joining us, KTRH. Joe, what more can you tell me?
You know, this is a horrifying story, Nancy. The father of this beautiful 2-year-old little girl said he was going to take her on a daddy date. Well, little did she know, Nancy, it was going to be a date with death. After he picked her up just hours after, he threw her over this New Jersey bridge, allegedly, while she was strapped to a car seat. She went totally submerged into water. Police later found this beautiful 2-year-old baby girl dead. Nancy had apparently been in a bitter custody battle with Tiara's mother, and I guess perhaps he just suddenly snapped. There's really no excuse for this kind of behavior.
Joining me right now, special guest Steve German. He's a supervisory deputy U.S. Marshal, spokesperson for the agency that is responsible for the manhunt for Daddy. Daddy pawning jewelry to take trains all the way across the country, all the way from New Jersey. Let's see the map, Liz, from New Jersey to California. Steve German, thank you for being with us.
Glad to be here, Nancy.
Steve, please describe what the U.S. Marshals had to go through in order to complete their search for Daddy, a nationwide manhunt.
Yeah, that's right, Nancy. This case was first presented to the U.S. Marshals Service Fugitive Task Force in New Jersey by the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office and Sheriff's Department. They often come to us for fugitive investigations, and in this case they did. We immediately started the investigation and literally tracked him across the country. From New Jersey, we had leads in Oklahoma, Texas, and then ultimately here in San Diego as well.
You know what, Steve German, do you know anything about what, if anything, he said, what he was doing, how he was apprehended? Tell me, how did you guys, I understand you surveilled him for hours on end and only moved in when you thought he was leaving the home where he was hiding out.
Yeah, that's right. We received information that he could potentially be at a house. The address is 41 Euclid here in San Diego. And we set up surveillance at about 11 o'clock in the morning, and that went on until about 3:30. When finally he stepped out onto the back patio with another occupant of the house and had a cigarette, we were able to make an identification from a long distance away. At that point, we converged about 40 Deputy U.S. Marshals and Fugitive Task Force officers from the San Diego Fugitive Task Force on that house. Within 20 minutes from getting that positive ID, getting our operational plan together, and then surrounding the house. And when we did make the approach on the house, there was like a scamper back and forth between the front of the house and the back of the house. He was completely surrounded. We took him into custody on that back porch and put him down to the ground and handcuffed him. At that time, he began shaking like a scared coward.
You know what, Steve German, you said it all, a coward. You were looking at video. God bless the Fugitive Task Force, the Deputy U.S. Marshal with us today who stopped this man responsible for the death of his 2-year-old baby girl, throwing her in the car seat, strapped in the car seat, into a creek bed where she died, submerged in water. Her mother, so overcome at learning what had happened, she had to be hospitalized. Steve German, you said it best. A coward. May he rot in hell.